Hello everyone, I've had a few requests for the fly design color palette scheme, so I thought I would show it to you and just do a couple other, we'll do one in each javelin quick with this color palette. It's very easy, it's just a matter of if you have iridescent or not, um, but you don't even need that either, and I'll show you. So here's if you've seen the fly before, I've changed the way it looks. I like this better now, a little bit more of a looks a little bit more like he can fly now like this. A little too clunky before. So I'll show you the colors. Um, Quick for this one, you can see here. And then I'll show you with the other ones how you find them, because they're actually easy to find. I'll just show you quick here, in case it's all you're looking for. So this blue is it's two up from the darkest blue in the third line. And then the purple you see is this purple, right beside the blue. Okay, and then we're using this green, the bright green at the top of the chart. So again, one way you can, to find it, I guess you could say, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, third row 5 up from the bottom, and then the purple beside it as well. Okay, so let's go what I thought. This one's done, obviously. You can see what it looks like. Yeah, I should show you as well. With the blue here, I'm not using iridescent, just the clean metallic, and then iridescent on the purple and the green. But the purple and the green both look good without the iridescent. See if I change it out. It's not quite the same, but it's close. I think the green's probably the most prominent change that you notice. That brings that, it just sort of makes the blue stand out a bit different as well. So those little tweaks. But those colors really do work well together. And then I'm just using black and the green again down here. So let's just do, I thought it would be fun to just do this quick. Prototype C here. Try with the Colossus quick. Just to show people sort of, maybe some people have said to me that they'll just have a hard time kind of figuring out how to do it, make it look cool. So I'll just show you sort of my little, maybe some of my little secrets will pop out here. So the first thing we're going to do, clean it up. Then, sometimes I want to change depending on what I'm going to do, obviously the way the colors blend change with the different legs, different arms, things like that. So sometimes if you wanted more purple, let's say in the arms but not in the legs, if you go with a different set, you'll find that it shows more of the other color, something like that. So what you want to do, or what I do first, say with this color palette, the way these work, or the way it works for me, what I've learned, is that the first things you have to notice is that they are all different. The storm is different than the other three this way, where you have your primary, secondary, and tertiary hard for the Interceptor, Colossus, and Ranger, and then you have the soft. And, with the Colossus you have the Quaternary hard, which is different. I think the Storm also has that in a different way. We'll go into that, but you'll just notice how it changes. And basically when you're looking at it, you're looking at, this is the armor, this is the softer materials where there's flexibility. So if you do a suit and you put materials in here that don't look flexible, sometimes it works, but sometimes it looks off because it's, you never know. But maybe in Bastion they have metal that's flexible and stuff like that. But anyway, so what I'm going to do first usually is make these colors, or even if I show you my first secret here, First thing you want to do is set all colors to black or white, depending on which way you want to lean with it. Okay. It's going to help with the way it looks when we do everything else. And then let's take the vinyl away. There we go. I think for this one, you know, if we were to just take a step back and think like what I want it to look like with the colors I'm going with, it's a little bit alien-esque, insecty, so something, yeah, something. Hey, we can do the fly with this guy. Alright, so let's do a bigger version. Shoulders. These shoulders are kind of nice, so it's husky looking. Try doing like the fly's big brother. And then legs, maybe the fly legs. I call it the fly set because both sets have the scars kind of look. Okay, so we have that kind of set up. Arms, I'm not too sure yet. The arms, I think those arms are neat. I do not care for the arms that came with the set. It just looks like a stripped down. They added a little bit on the back and then this shield that, I don't know, it still looks cool. I guess I've seen some people do it really well. I have a bit of a problem with balance, so I tend to want something to look. Let's go with that. Kind of looks like beetle wings. Alright, so paint time. So what I do first is I look at this. You have the roll bars here. I don't think I want the roll bars to be a bright color. That's just me. But so I'm going to go with the purple for those. And again, let's just to show you. It's this one right here and this blue. Okay, so we're going to go with that purple. And let's try here the green and here the blue. And I don't really like that. But let's try this now. We have to add the iridescent in on these two. Try that. And I don't really like that. You see this? Oh, wait a minute. This is the wrong one, of course. There we go. There we go. See the difference there? So the clean metallic, you'll notice on these, the big difference is clean works well on lighter colors. If you want to make it look clean, it works better. Dark colors, clean metallic will actually look better. And like black on clean is not as clean looking as clean metallic. So there's an example. Anyway, now with these bottom ones, say I would, obviously I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this right now, but if I'm looking at it, what parts I want to see. So all of that might look neat in the alien, because he's just a giant. Yeah, I like that. And then I'm a big fan of the rubber texture. It just has no reflectivity, which is nice. That I don't care for. Let's try. Sometimes I like to add just a bit more green. I'm not sure I really like the way this turned out. Let's turn this one to this. I believe those are the hoses, yeah. So that would, to me, would actually be this one. See, as I sort it out, it'll kind of come together. Hoses are in green, okay? And this one, instead of the diamond leather, dusty leather and black. And that creates like a nice smooth look we see on that shoulder joint. The dusty leather, if you have it, creates a really smooth look. Now, if I were to, you see, like I said at the beginning, I did something different with the set. So now when you change the arms up, you see, wow, like I think that looks even more bugly. A little more of that. And then even this here, one thing you can do to try and create a little more, it's just is darker colors can sometimes bring out a more, like if I really want to try and make them look a little more gross, I guess. Don't really care for that though. These aren't my favorite legs, these are. So if I were to go with my favorite legs, let's just try this for example. If we were to switch to the bucket or something. That looks okay. Okay, so let's try quickly Storm. Go to prototype here. Okay, and again, I'm just going to whip through this one now. Clean it up. I'm going to go with the look I like. I don't have a lot for the Storm, but this is so far, I know a lot of people like the Onyx set and stuff like that, but I absolutely find this set. Why is this set turned around? I like this set the most. So it's this, again, the industrial bug look, that's what I'm calling it. Okay, so paint time. Now again, like I said with the Storm, you have a different, you still have the coordinary soft like you did with the Colossus, but you have your hard down at the bottom. Your coordinary is your cape. And I think there's some hoses as well, something like that. So again, first rule of thumb, and I'm going to show you with the Interceptor another little trick with the coloring. That looks pretty cool, just like that. These two, if you can't find true black, I've given this tip before, pick one of these dual tone ones. You'll see this is already dual tone, for example, and I already have black, so I can't properly show you. Well, I keep picking a dual tone one. Okay, so I have true black in the palette right now, but if it's not there, you just start it out or something, you can't find it because you're going down here and this is the only black you can find. It's not a true black. To get true black, you just pick one of these two-tone ones. When you come back out, it's doing this to me because these were the colors I had, but it will make one of these black. Like if you're just starting out new and you don't have it yet. So, okay, so I'm going to turn that. I think that looks pretty smart, but just bear with me quick here while I do this. And we have his great white face. There we go. Okay. Now, so for the cloth materials, we want to have more of a black look, and so we're going to leave them black. We'll start with the cape. I think the cape should be, and with the Storm here, I'll show you how you don't need to use the iridescent, especially for the purple. So for the cape, let's just make it a heavy fabric. It's got a nice look. Then we're going to drop that purple. Again, I'll take it from here so you can see. It's the one beside the blue here. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one up. Okay, so we're going to take that purple. And looking at this one, I know there's a central Sometimes just flash a color on it to see. Okay, so that center one, I think with the storm, I would want to go purple again. So you have a bit of what's, going on at the cape in the front, centered it. Then this, maybe I could go with the blue. And these, if I made it iridescent, it might not look right. So let's keep it off that. Then we have, actually, you know what would look really cool? Because these make the plugs. Make the plugs green, make them iridescent. I mean the plugs in his arms. So again, if you don't have iridescent, yeah, that's too bad. I love it. It looks great. But again, you can tone down that green with, you see the cloth will make it a little dimmer. Rubber, cloth will though. But the other thing is, you obviously, if you didn't have iridescent, you can, hold on here, say we're back to there, you can go down, if you take one of these greens, find the right shade, it'll look good. But for the sake of the video, let's stick what we're doing here. We're going to do iridescent on the green, not on the purple this time. And then here we have our cloth. With the storm, it's different because you can just see the way it lines up. So this rib cage area, yeah, okay, so no, I wouldn't want to do that either. I like that. But now here's an example where I have that out of leather. I'm going to switch it to this one, the painted clean metallic, because I'm doing a bug, right? He has no real soft areas. And then the black here on the belly, we're going to go with the, yeah, we'll go with the diamond leather. And what's left? The hoses. So they could be, I like to still keep this one, I can't tell with the storm, probably doesn't matter, that's why, but a metal, usually. Nah, you know what, there's something that doesn't work with this one. Like it just doesn't, it's not clicking for me. Let me try this quick. Back to black. This feels like too much green or something. Something's maybe. No, I don't like the green cape either. Well, maybe the storm works, obviously. It's just not my favorite look. I'd have to play around with it some more, maybe. I did like the blue here. But it's the... You know what? This blue as well. That's probably how I do it, actually. Okay, one more. Let's do this. Interceptor, prototype, eye. Oops. Where stay clean. And this is a no-brainer for me. we're gonna just go with this set just for this. Okay. Back to black. My favorite set when I first started, I used to do the Interceptor in all black rubber. Oh, and I forgot to take off. But you know what, actually, I was just thinking of the storm. I'm just going to do this quick because this is what the problem was. I just thought of something. One of the big things on the storm is the decal. On all of them, obviously, but if I just added the original back on, it probably adds that much more. Maybe not. Have to play around with that one more. Anyway, we'll see what I can come up with. I'm gonna try and work on a good bug one for all of them. Okay. All right, Interceptor. As easy as the Ranger, really, because you have the same hard top three, soft bottom three. So let's change them to this. I'm just doing this. Alright, so hard. Let's go. If I was doing the same as the Ranger, this would be the blue. Okay. This would be iridescent green. Okay. This would be iridescent purple. Okay. And then this would also be green. Change it to iridescent. And then we'd have one of these, we'd switch to this. And there we have it. The Technoceptor. So, I hope that helps, and I'll give you a wave off goodbye there. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps. If you need any other information, anything on palettes or any ideas or schemes or, how to work with them or something, give me a shout. I've done many hours on here, so I know my way around it pretty well. It is fun to just get lost in it, fool around for some people, though, so that's how I am. I mean, I've looked at other people's stuff, and there's been a couple, been like, ooh, I'd like to try that maybe. Then I come up with my own idea, and I want to do that. So, yeah, there you go.